BMW in the 1970s was really vying for as much new technology and new cars that they could to really solidify their hold on the market in Germany and in the United States. With the coming oil crisis of 1973, American car manufacturers were losing a lot of the hold on the market that they once had. This caused for a lot of new vehicles to be made, such as the 3.0 CSL, the 6 Series, invented in 1976, and the famous E30 3 Series, which was very popular in the United States. Though BMW was eyeing for something a little more race-oriented. Now, at this time, in the 70s, all BMW really had in the racing world, significantly of course, was, as I said earlier, the 3.0 CSL. 3.0 CSL being a very famous car. It absolutely dominated in the Group 5 racing tournaments that it was competing in. But come around 1975, 1976, it was becoming a little bit outdated, and BMW was struggling to keep its hold. This is where they brought back a 1972 concept for a mid-engine sports car. BMW began working, and the original design in 1972 was for a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine in a car from the BMW 2002. This ended up being switched up for a 6-cylinder from the CSL, which would also be turbocharged, but Lamborghini would be contracted to build the body and to build a lot of the parts. Unfortunately, since Lamborghini would end up going bankrupt and suffer extreme financial problems, BMW created the 320i to compete in the meantime while they worked on their mid-engine car. This is the BMW M1. You'll notice a couple of design features here that you actually don't really see on any other BMW. First of all, you see these two BMW logos on the right and the left rear quarter panels. Unseen before, never would be used again up until recently with the release of the hybrid BMW XM. It's also mid-engine. The only other time we would see a car like this, anything similar, would be the BMW i8, which was an electric hybrid with a 3-cylinder engine. Overall, it suffered from a wedge shape, which was very popular in the 70s, but because of all the deadlines and the postponing from Lamborghini and other things, by its release in 1979, the wedge shape in supercars was a little outdated. The interior for BMW was also similar to the exterior. Unlike BMW, it wasn't very ergonomical and it wasn't very pretty. It was very basic, and this could be seen because it was contracted to Lamborghini. So if you look at this interior, it's not very BMW, but it's a little more Italian. You have more knobs and buttons on the center console instead of on the dashboard where BMWs usually have it. The gauge clusters are also not from BMW. The engine, like I mentioned before, was originally going to be a turbocharged 4-cylinder. This would end up being switched around for a turbocharged inline 6-cylinder, which created a new phase for BMW, as solidifying their hold on the fact that BMW created one of the best inline 6's engines. They would continue to make great i6s for a long time, even up until this point where they are still known as one of the best inline 6's that you can get on any car, capable of lots of power, but being pretty reliable, aside from their oil problems that they generally have sometimes. Another very important thing about the BMW M car is the fact that it's actually the first car to be sold as an M. Previously, they had the 6 Series, which you could get a 635i CSI M, but never a M car. This was the BMW M1, and it was the release of the first ever M car you could get from BMW. That's the BMW M1.